Now, if you've ever been on an interview, you've probably had a question that made you a little bit uncomfortable. One of the most popular questions that makes clients, or my clients in particular, uncomfortable is the question when an interviewer asks them to describe a negative trait or a weakness. Now, you're not alone if this type of question induces extreme anxiety, or if you choke up, or you're not sure how to approach this type of question. The first step will be to understand why we're asking this type of question. Now, as a recruiter, as a former human resource manager, there is a method to our madness. Obviously, we're not just interviewing you for fun. So remember that just because a company is worth $100 million or even $1 billion doesn't mean they have money to waste. Companies who are very successful, companies who are worth a lot of money, they got there by making decisions that contribute to their financial success. So the thought process behind asking this question is not to make you nervous. It's more so to see, should I worry? I'm asking you this question to kind of gauge if you can identify your weaknesses, if you're aware of your weaknesses, and if you're willing to overcome those weaknesses. Are you coachable? Can we train you? And obviously, yes, I want to see if you are the type of person that I should worry about. The reality of it is sometimes we become so stressed about, our financial goals or our financial hardships that we will apply for positions, apply for companies that maybe we're not qualified for. Maybe the chemistry won't be right. Maybe it's just not a good fit. But because of our financial motives, we're presenting in front of this company, pretending like we're the perfect candidate. I'm not stupid. I know that. So I have to ask questions because I have a reputation myself. I'm being judged, I'm being graded by whoever my boss is or by the organization. Can I hire people that are a good fit for the company? So assuming that this is advice that's going to be used for people that really see themselves as a good fit for the company, let's dive in. So when you answer this question, obviously you don't want to reiterate your weakness. And what I mean by that is you want to stay away from words like failure or repeating the word weakness or repeating examples of your failures or weaknesses. And you more so want to acknowledge your weaknesses and traits. So what I mean by that is, for example, let's say that you work in customer service, and in your position, you work under limited supervision, and you frequently have to make decisions without consulting any type of superior. You just have to use your best judgment, your training, and the information that you have to make decisions on behalf of the company. So if an interviewer asks me, and I work in customer service or some type of customer-facing environment, to describe my weakness, I would say something to the effect of, in my current role or in my previous role, I serve in a customer-facing environment. The environment that I work in is a fast-paced environment, and I oftentimes have to make quick decisions using the information that is available to me through workflows, best practice guides, and just my knowledge of the workplace. I will admit that although I make decisions in accordance to the metrics and the guidelines that we're given, I sometimes feel insecure about the decisions that I make. This is something that I noticed as I was leaving work one day after making a decision with a specific customer. I was confident in my answer, but yet still somewhat insecure. So I wrote down the scenario, and when I met with my manager, I brought up the situation to get additional guidance and additional insight on whether or not I handled that situation correctly, and any feedback that could help me in the future with handling situations like that going forward. Come to find out, I responded to the situation the same way that my manager would have responded to the situation. And that kind of helped me overcome some of that insecurity, but I will admit, I do still sometimes feel insecure when I have to make a decision really quick. Now, that is a common insecurity that people in the workplace have. Regardless of it being common, it's still a weakness because you should be sure of the decisions that you're making in the workplace. However, it's fair enough. It showed a weakness, but it also showed a proactive approach to improving upon that weakness. So that's not something that I'm going to see as a recruiter as a red flag. It's something that I'm going to see as pretty normal. You answered the question and you showed that you have the initiative, you have the will to improve upon your weakness, and you've demonstrated that. You gave me a specific situation, a task, an action, a result, and ultimately now I see that you're human, and I would probably give you a chance.